Hello everybody, Shadow SP here, and we are back with more Granblue Fantasy. We're on info, so clearly we're going to be doing something that we can't do on the no Gacha account. And I know we talked about it a while ago, when we talked about draws and crystals and all that, but I figured what better way to demonstrate what I'm talking about than by actually doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and do Info's first spark. Get all the way to 300 draws, and we'll see where we go from there. So you'll see, and you'll probably see if you've been playing during the events with free draws, when the banner switches over, your sparks will turn into stones. These stones get used in this shop, the Cerulean Stones shop. They have a lot of materials in here, from basically any island mats in the game. I think that the best way to use those is to use them on like Nala Grande island mats, because those are painful to farm. But yeah, mostly it's just if you really need to get something, and it'll get you those items pretty quickly for convenience. Alright, so when we look here, we can see what's sparkable. Click the sparkable list. So we got the new characters that were just added, and since we are on a which one's this one? It's the mid-month festival. We have this particular list of characters that we can go for. So we'll see what ends up happening when we make some rolls. So I've held over my previous day's draw because the fest banners change in the middle of the day, so you can do that. Keep an eye on when your banners end. That'll inform you as to whether you should use your daily draw or just spend or save it. The reason that I've been using my daily draws on the actual normal banner rather than the classic draws on my main account especially, is that when they're doing this, it's summer, so the summer units are available, and those are pretty limited, and they can still come out even if they're not on raid up. So anyway, let's give this a go. Yes, we get a blue, as expected. Alright, I also would like you to know I'm not planning on watching the animations. That's not what I do. Okay, this is a summon that's pretty useful. Harmonia, that's really solid. So I would say both of these two are wins. We'll talk more about anything in particular once anything that I got in particular once I get to the end. Okay, nothing here. It's worth noting that when you are rolling tickets rather than crystals, these are not actually 10 rolls, so you're not guaranteed to get an SSR or SR. You can roll a blue on if you're rolling 10 tickets at a time. I've done it before. So blue crystal with a little bit of a discoloration at the top, it means that you're getting all R's, but you get a new character. Okay, well, that was something. Alright, so now we're going to be going with the rolls that are guaranteed to get at least one higher rarity. Okay. Neat. Like I said, I'm not here to watch animations. That's not what this is about. I'm here to demonstrate a point. Neat. Okay, so we see that we rolled a new character on a new banner. On their debut banner, you get a red ring and 30 EMP for free, which is pretty nice. It's not necessary by any means. Like, yeah, that is just a bonus for getting a new character. It should not be a incentive to actually roll. Okay, that's a bare minimum. It's all good. These things happen. Well, let's see. Yeah, on an account like this, the positioning of your SSR crystals when they show up is a little bit less indicative of whether you get a new character or not, because of the fact that we just don't have all the characters yet. But if they show up really early in the wheel, it's probably a summon or a repeat. But I'm just gonna try to speed through this. You know, we're not here to. This isn't really a rolling video so much as a yeah, we got a repeater. So much as a showing what it means to spark video. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool looking sword. Neat. Sorry, I always keep my eye out for new weapon skins. I do like weapon skins. I tend to prefer simpler looking weapons, so sometimes I'm out of luck. Hey, it's Grandma. That's Light Mirian. Nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting more characters, you know. Yes, the No Gacha account would love to get characters. I'm not kidding. We would love to get more characters over there too, but well, it's in the name. We don't roll the gacha over there. Yo, man! I mean, even the like SR and R characters would be super useful over there, because they might fill niches that we don't have. Okay. Alright. Cool stuff. Alright, another version of the same character. Okay. Who is this? Oh, okay. There are some characters that I don't have on my account, so I don't recognize them. It's an old account, so I have most of the permanent characters, but you know, sometimes I don't. Like some of them I don't have it. All right, so don't judge me. All right, here we go. Oh look, there she is again. Alright. That's our second Agni. Doesn't really mean anything, but we do have it. That's our third new character. Is that all of them? Hold on, let's take a look after this one. That's another copy of Mirrorblade Shard. Okay, hold on. Let's take a small break to see. Yeah, that's all the new characters. Yep. Okay. Well, it is lucky. I'll say that much. I don't know if any of them are any good. I haven't looked at their kits yet. But the plan was to spark from the very beginning, so. It is very nice to see you, Sandalpon. Biggest reason is because my Earth team is very underpopulated. It's the same as on the No Gacha account. We just don't have very many Earth characters. But over here, it was mostly just because, you know, we haven't rolled any yet. Whereas over there, it's just that there aren't any available. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Leave me alone, boy. Okay. Yep, we're just continuing right along. Yeah, hello, Yayo. Okay, more.
My man, 夏でもクールが JJ じゃん。
Keep on going. I can't really complain about not getting too many new things in the last several rolls, because I've gotten pretty lucky so far. Now, while that is a decent summon to roll, I already had one, so we're just kind of accumulating toward the limit break over there. Okay, I mean, that's kind of something that happens. Okay, so when the spark, when you have 300 Cerulean Sparks, you'll see when you try to draw again, it will tell you that you can't. So you can go over here to your Trade in Sparks button, and any one character weapon you can choose. So we'll take a look over here real quick. Just running through these. Okay. The answer for me here is probably this one. Yep. No regrets. Okay. So we get a lot of new characters. That's one of the benefits of sparking, getting a bunch of new stuff for your roster. And for an account that's new and limited in terms of what you have, you're gonna have a lot of fun getting a bunch of new characters to play around with and be able to actually vary your team setup somewhat. The No Gacha account doesn't really get to do that, except in very slight ways, or on very certain elements. So, you know, it'll be good to be able to do that. All right, so what happens when we spark? We get a bunch of crap in our inbox. So first things first, you'll get a bunch of moons and a bunch of like random rewards and stuff, draw tickets, whatever. So we can clear those out pretty easily. Now, what do you do after this? Well, there's a pretty simple method to get rid of everything that you don't need. Sell all your normal summons because they're not worth anything. Reduce all your SR weapons because they're only worth weapon stones. Most SR weapons aren't worth like keeping around, and using Gacha SRs for skill fodder is kind of inefficient because they give a decent amount of weapon stones. And then you can reserve all your R weapons. This does take a minute because you did roll 300 times. And we're just kind of getting ourselves down to everything that is actually worth something. Okay, and then if you don't have essentially 3 50% damage cut summons of each element, I would recommend going through and picking out carbuncles. Make sure that you have your carbuncles that you so that we can make setups around getting an enormous amount of damage cuts in a row. If you have 3 in a row, you will always have 50% damage cut once they come off the cooldown. And once you picked out all your carbuncles, you can reduce all your SR summons for quartz. And this leaves us with all the SSRs that you get. Now, most of the weapons aren't going to be worth anything to you if you are free to play, but some of them will be worth something. I mean, so specifically, you kind of have to look at each weapon's skills to see what you're looking for. But hold on, I need to clear up some space over here. That's completely my bad. I apologize for wasting time here. But now that I've cleared up some space, we can take a look. So I'm gonna pick up the weapons that are actually particularly useful for us. This one should be fine. And this one. So, there are Gacha weapons that are still good, even if you're using them in a farmable free-to-play grid like this. So, we look at the staff that we just picked up, right? What is it? Here? You can see, you know, it's got when 3 or more weapons of the same type, 3 or more of the same weapon are equipped, sorry. Boost to Earth allies' attack, defense, and damage cap. Well, we actually have that condition met because we have 3 axes. We can see we get 25% defense. You get, what was it, I think 40% EX might or something like that. Yeah, it's 40% EX might and 7% special damage cap. So, like this is a pretty strong weapon. We can get some use out of that. And the other 2 weapons that we picked up, the light and dark one, they're both pretty much the same weapon, just in different elements. We can come over here and see the harp, Harmonia. It supplements light allies' damage. It also has a boost to attack based on how many harps you have equipped, but that's not actually that important. So if we come over here, weapon skills, we have 50,000 supplemental damage. So every hit that we deal will deal an additional 50,000 damage. This stacks up to 100,000 in this particular supplemental frame. We'll talk about these more when we farm some weapons that have these skills on the No Gacha account. But just know that sometimes you will pluck weapons out of the gacha that are actually useful for you as a free-to-play. But not most of them. Like you'll pick a random weapon here, you know, like what is it? Click on this Frostbloom fan. I have no idea what Spirit does. What does this do? Hold on. Let's go look at this weapon. Okay. So be fire. Low level. There. Frostbloom fan. Yeah, so big attack, and then like triple attack crit. This is worthless. This does like unless you need this as a main hand, this doesn't do anything for you. Most weapons that you get from the gacha are like that. So just be discerning, because most of the gacha weapons don't have skills that you can boost, and don't have skills that are particularly useful even if unboosted. But yeah, I think overall we had a pretty good haul, and we can see that that's kind of what sparking is all about. Draw when it's fast. Gala, whatever they want to call it. Draw whenever rates are boosted, and you'll get a bunch of bonuses. What do you get for? Okay, no, that's not the one I wanted. You get bonuses for like some bonus items while you're doing the spark. Like you get a free ring, you get a free SSR ticket for spark perk. See, so let's go ahead and draw that actually while I'm thinking about it. Otherwise, I'll forget. So yeah, I mean, you get a lot of stuff from doing a spark, from weapons to characters to summons. Basically, everything that you get can be useful. I have no idea what this does. I'm gonna sort through a bunch of this stuff. Summons wise, most of our summons are absolute wins. So this one, you can call it to give multi-attack and an echo for a turn. It happens even at even at level 1, no uncap, so it's a really good summon for that. It's part of a series that has a similar effect. I don't have the other ones, but it's pretty useful. Haomal, this has a good call because it applies a permanent debuff on the enemy that increases their damage taken. It's a supplemental damage debuff. If it increases your double attack by 5%, I think. This summon's got a sub aura that increases this skill values of your gacha summons, or your gacha weapons. So it's not actually all that useful, but it does actually, on its call, it has supplemental damage, so it's not too bad. Michael increases your fire damage cap while it's a sub summon, and it's a pretty good main summon. Alexiel, it's 120. This one's good. Agni is the equivalent of Titan, which we got on this account earlier, which is the booster summon for the gacha summons or gacha weapons. I keep saying that in the wrong order. Basically, the non-free-to-play grids would use either Agni or just elemental summons. And I have no idea what this one does, because I don't have it on my main account, so let's find out. Alright, what do you do? Damage mitigation effect to all allies. That's a damage reduction. And as a sub summon effect, it gives you armor at the start of battle. That's not too bad. This actually also has a pretty decent main aura. Yeah, I don't think this is an amazing summon, but it's not bad. Alright, well, I'm gonna sort through all the rest of this stuff on my own time, but I just wanted to get this out of the way because, well, I wanted to spark on info on the first banner that I could, because I needed more characters to make my life feel a little bit less like I'm on the no gacha account. Again, I'm not planning on playing info all that much. Once we get a little bit further, sorry, I got tongue-tied. Once we get a little bit further past what we're doing right now, planning on doing stuff like recruiting an Eternal. I'm not planning on doing stuff like recruiting an Evoker, because I'm planning on doing that on the No Gacha account, because that's permanent content, whereas the Eternals are not. So once we get there, I'll talk more about what you need to do to uncap the Eternals. I don't think I'll do it because that takes a lot of time investment, and I don't want to put too much time into info, if that makes any sense. I will still log in, still get the bonuses, still do quests and farm up, make sure I've got info in a state that it's reasonable to do the things that I want to do with info. But without any further ado then, this has been Shadow SP. Thanks for watching. If this is not really the kind of content that I like to do, being roles and stuff like that, but hey, it's part of the game. Alright, have a good one. Signing off.